Hello and welcome. My name is Tom.
And I'm Heather.
And you're sitting at the Couples Table.
The Couples Table is a live stream podcast here on this channel. Join us, for better or worse,
For richer or poorer.
in sickness and in health.
I can't think of anything clever.
Oh,
Today! Yay! Let me listen and make sure our audio is good.
I saw you try to piece it together.
I think we're good.
So I'm uploading a file right now, and it's 0.2 gigs left. I'm hoping. I wanted to finish it before we went live, because I think it's sucking up a lot of the internet.
Well, it says less than a minute.
And 10 more seconds.
I bet you it's going to be longer than 10 seconds,
I know,
though.
because that's how it is. Well, while we're waiting, Michael says, happy birthday, Tom. Sorry I missed the live stream, but at work. Cheers to another fabulous year.
Thank you. My actual birthday's on Monday, but this is the closest episode to that. So.
Paul says, happy birthday from the UK. Melanie, happy birthday, Tom. Top of the Morning podcast.
Thank you, everybody.
Season's greetings. Happy birthday. I can't talk.
Birthday to the goat.
The Rio Pel Room, happy birthday, Tom.
Yay.
Hello, everybody. And Ron, many happy returns of the day.
Thank you all very, very much.
Look at that.
Appreciate
we finished
it. And we finished our file upload.
Yay.
Goes into trash now.
Goes in the trash. Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you. That's neat.
Well, I was going to say you're officially 38, but you're not yet.
I'm not. No, I'm still a
couple more days.
Youngin.
Yeah.
Yep. Still hanging out here in the mid 30s before I take a dip into the late.
I feel like 38 was a lot. It felt a lot older on paper than 37. 37's like, oh, that's cute. 38's like, oh, you're, a grown up. You're
finally. No, it's fun. But you, for some reason this year, you have been saying I'm 38, I'm going to do this.
I know so much.
Yeah, and so it's gotten into my head, and I keep telling people oh yeah, I'm 30. I don't know how old I am for the last 6 months.
Happy coming of age.
Yay.
How do you feel?
It's fun. I'm excited. Birthdays for me are always what I like to do on them is be a bit more reflective.
Sure.
And look back at you, not
me.
Look back at the year and where you've got how you've developed or what you've been able to do or whatever, and even beyond that. And I always it's fun to think back to being a kid and birthdays when you're little, and I don't know. I like that reflective part of it.
At the perfect time. It's an inconvenient time, also the perfect time, because it's I do a lot of reflection looking back at the year or whatever, and I think everyone does around New Year, because you're what are what did you accomplish this past year, what are your goals for the next year? And then my birthday is July 2nd, which is right in the middle, so 6 months I could do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's perfect. But it's also when I never got to celebrate my birthday at school.
Right. I always got birthday at school.
Yeah, never.
There was a weird thing though, because my birthday's on the 4th, and where we're at, I don't know if this is everywhere. I don't even know if it's still the rule, but December 2nd was the cutoff date to enroll in school.
So, so you were
I had to wait
an
extra year to enroll. So I was always one of the older kids in my class, which honestly was pretty awesome. I think I would have preferred that than being one of the younger ones.
Yeah. Jim says, happy birthday, Tom.
Oh, wow.
From Gate C20 of the Atlanta airport. Oh, my gosh. How cool.
Have a safe flight wherever you're going.
We are Tom Buck, hockey fan extraordinaire. Happy birthday.
I know we're both wearing hockey things, and that was not intentional. It was just cold, and I grabbed a sweater, and then
I just got this. So. Yeah, and it fits perfect. So
yeah, well, this is thin enough to wear inside without melting.
Sure.
All my other ones are
so, babe,
puffy. Yeah.
What's your birthday wish? Dun, dun, dun,
Peace on earth.
And mercy mild.
Yes.
So what are your reflections?
This year's been a weird one, that's for sure.
What makes you say that?
There's been a lot of good, and it's been a lot of challenges, and I don't even know. I feel on a personal level, this year has been a good chance for me to put myself out there in ways that I haven't done before.
I felt like it was a definite like level up year for both of us.
And I really like, and that's hard. Like that kind of thing is also tough, and there's like growing pains and all that sort of thing.
It takes a lot of work.
And it's also been a year of, we did the personality thing just a couple weeks ago. It's also been a year where like not trying to change, like my whole life I feel like I've always been like, oh, I want to be like that person, I want to do this, I should be more like this, I should be less like this, and instead being more like I am like this. Okay, like what is okay, so that means I need this and I don't need that. Like just understanding and accepting how you are as you are, and it's fine, has been sort of a big theme, which is probably something that should have happened earlier, but
whatever. Happy 29th birthday.
Oh yeah, thank you again. Another one.
Happy birthday from Germany around. What's the temperature?
What is our
in the desert
right now? We are at 66 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's like freaking freezing for us. I had to turn on the heater for the first time.
Yeah, we have our,
season.
We've talked about our World Cam live stream that's always on in the background. Like,
it's snowy
there's like
everywhere
130
in the world.
Cams on there now, and like, I swear 100 of them are snowy places, and we're like, wow.
Yeah.
And the ones that aren't are like Southern Hemisphere, so they would be snowy in their winter.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Charlotte says, happy birthday, Tom. Hey, y'all.
Thanks. Yeah.
I was trying to think of like past birthdays of yours, but this year is just a little. It wasn't like it wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, well, I was thinking my very first birthday we were together.
I was like, your first birthday ever in life.
You planned a little surprise thing with my students because I was working.
Oh yeah.
And when you're a teacher, like I would never tell students like it's my birthday, but kids just find stuff out. I
almost got kicked out of the office.
Yeah, you brought pizzas.
Yeah,
and you got in trouble.
Yeah.
And you came, but you had students like record videos.
Because
right? Because you do things like that.
Yeah.
You somehow reached out to students because you had been helping out in the classroom, and they like recorded videos, and we had like a little like film festival, a surprise thing, which was like absolutely amazing. And then the next year, I actually don't 100% remember,
which is weird for you.
Yeah, well, I think it's because the following year was 2019, and there was supposed to be a thing like. Students were trying to plan a thing, and then we ended up not being able to do it. So we ended up sort of just staying home and being very low key and like
IHOP grilled cheese.
Got a grilled cheese from IHOP, which is like honestly the best. And it was like, it's okay to have a low key birthday. Yeah. Not knowing that the world would end for several years after that, and everything for everybody would be low key. So 2020 was 2020, and then wait, what was 2021 then?
I mean, I think it was still...
Oh, it's still that. Yeah. And then 2022, I had COVID.
Yes, from the turkey trot, which was last year.
And so 2023 is like, I'm waiting for like, what is the calamity that will befoul the situation? But I don't want to look at it that way.
Yeah. It'll be fun. It has been fun.
Sorry, I just saw a thing here. Paul is taking photos of Madness, a legendary band of the ska genre. I don't even know if it's fair to limit them to one genre. Next Friday, which is so cool. Like, that'd be, I don't know. It'd be like, it's me getting to take photos at like a really huge band that I like.
Wow. Well, that's cool.
I was going to say the bands that I like, but they're not as like big as.
Right. Like what the equivalent would be.
Yeah. Like you getting to take photos for Taylor Swift. Like, let's put it.
That's huge.
Okay, that's too big. But like Taylor Swift in 20 years, I don't know,
Okay. I see. What was I gonna ask you? I was gonna say you kind of already had like a birthday festivity number one. I was gonna see if we could play the video, but I don't know if it would play the audio. But
oh yeah, that was great. So at our local hockey games, we have a mascot who I love. His name is Fuego, and I've been obsessed with Fuego since the very first game.
Yeah. He's just the mascot.
He's not just.
No, but I was thinking this like, we're 38, but there's something about Fuego who's
Everybody
just a firebird.
Fuego.
Who it's like when you go to Disneyland, you actually do buy into it.
Yeah.
I totally buy into it.
Everybody
like,
does.
It's so I don't know
Everybody
what
does.
it is.
It's not just
but
like the kids, like, oh, it's just for kids. Like everybody, the adults, everybody loves Fuego.
yeah.
And like
So anyway, what did he do?
Well, he, for some reason, not because anyone organized this, showed up at our seats and did a whole birth. There was a sign, he gave me gifts. There was a whole thing. Got a T-shirt, got a hug and a high five. Oh, it was the best. It was the best.
Yeah, he had a great time.
Yeah, it was such a surprise.
It was like, it was so, you turned into like an 8-year-old. It was so cute.
Yeah.
You were so happy. I've never seen like such glee on your face.
Oh my
You were
God.
so happy.
I do remember, I think I told you this. This was ages ago. This must have been like 2009 or something. It was around my birthday, and I was with some friends at Disneyland. And near Disneyland, there's a Bubba Gump restaurant.
Yeah.
And I used to always like to go there, like, and get the shrimp po' boy. That was like my favorite thing. And so we went, and my friends told him, like, oh, it's his birthday, like, do the thing. And so at the end of the meal, they brought out like this hot fudge sundae thingy or whatever, like, oh, birthday, like, here's the Forrest Gump birthday song and the thing. For some reason, and I don't know why this happened, I got it into my head that it was like a timed thing to eat it.
Oh.
I don't know.
So you scarfed it down.
I stood up in the middle of the restaurant.
This is my Tom.
And ate it as fast as I could. I think I thought our meal would be free. I don't know what it was, and everyone was like, I guess they were just going along with it. And then I was done. I finished like so fast, and I thought I won. And they're like, okay, happy birthday. And they left. And I was like, oh, that was it. Like, I just...
You didn't have to do that.
And not only that, but like the Sunday thing was the gift, like the treat, the gift. And I,
devoured it.
I didn't even taste it because I just... Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why that was what I thought the situation was. Really went for it, though.
Well, that's cute.
Everyone was so confused.
Diesel, happy birthday, Tom.
Thank you.
Man, happy birthday, Tom. You're a Kraken fan.
I am.
Sorry they lost the Blackhawks even when they had a 2-man advantage.
That's just Kraken hockey, baby. That's just how they play. But because our team goes into the Kraken.
Yeah, it feeds into the Kraken.
So a lot of their players are players we see, which, like, our team is the team that got me into hockey. And so a lot of the Kraken players are then the players that got me into hockey and definitely got me into, like, pro level hockey. So regardless of how they perform, like, it's just such a special team to me.
Yeah. India, happy birthday.
Thank you so much. I don't know what to do when I'm like, it's like when people sing happy birthday to you and you just sit there.
Yeah, okay, so when Fuego came over to our seats for this guy to wish him a happy birthday, he had a giant sign that said happy birthday, Tom, and he still couldn't put it together that it was for him.
Yeah, it was literally like, Fuego's here. Oh, he's doing a birthday thing. Oh, the guy has the same name as me. Like, in the video, you can even see me, like, looking around for, like, the person.
It's you, babe. It's for you.
I needed to be told directly.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Happy birthday from New Zealand, where ice hockey is somewhat non-existent.
Thank you.
That's funny.
I know.
Well, it's non-existent here. For a
yeah, we
very
do
long
live
time.
in the desert.
Yeah.
So it's not the mecca of hockey, which is so crazy because so many people from where we're at, like, have kids who, or they're teens who've been playing hockey for like 10 years, but they've just been driving like 100 miles away 3 times a week for 10 years.
Crazy.
It's insane. Those parents, yeah. Definitely send me photos, Paul.
So I know you hate these kinds of questions, but do you ever think about like, oh, next year, like what you want to do, for your age, like this year or anything?
Well, I mean, I like stay the course. That's like always my thing. Like,
Yeah.
stay the course. I like it, but I really like the I was gonna say self-ownership, but I think self-owning is a bad thing. But like, you know what I mean? Like, owning who you are is really good. And then I like this year, you and I have always been like pretty like physically active and go to the gym and do things, but this year it kind of went to a different level, and I really want to keep doing that, especially because it's fun, because it's healthy, and then also because as we're getting older, I feel like there's a risk of injury and problems,
priority,
but
yeah.
also like, a really fun thing that you love that's going to keep you active and fit and healthy. Like I think prioritizing that kind of stuff even more is really important because I want to keep being able to do that stuff for a long time. Like, yeah, like we were at the ice rink yesterday and like there's this guy who comes over, is like, oh, hey, like, you know, you guys play on a team. What do you do? He's wearing like a Vans sweater. He has like, honestly looked like he'd be in like a early 2000s emo band or something, like, you know, just like hair kind of down on the front, shaggy hair or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna play on like the senior team because I'm 55. These are my grandkids. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, like amazing skater, but it's like obviously genetics plays a role, but you've just been physically active for 5 decades and it pays off.
Yeah. It's funny because my thought to that is like, wow, I can't wait to be able to say that I've been playing hockey for 20 years. And I can say that if I just keep playing.
There's that too. That's why I started playing the drums. I got my drums on my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
And it was like, I didn't, you know, it was like, oh, they're loud, they're big, they're expensive. I don't know if I should do that. But then I was like, well, I'm probably still going to want them when I'm 40. And then I could have been playing drums for 10 years. Like, imagine how good you could be in 10 years. And I'm really glad I did that. Because now it's been 8 years and way better at the drums than I would have been if I hadn't played them at all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wait, scoot over here.
This chair's so hard to scoot.
I know it's so hard to scoot, but
it's hard because it puts a thing in the carpet, and so I scoot out and it just sinks back into the divot.
You can't.
Yeah. Let's see what else is happening. I bought a new microphone, but I don't have it. I'm not using it. Actually, it's out there, so I can't get it. But it's one that's been recommended to me. It's the MXL 990. It's $80 for like this.
Wow, that's definitely on the cheaper side.
Well, the funny thing about it is when I taught at one of my first digital media program like 10 years ago, they had an MXL microphone, which I really liked. And it seemed like fancy to me. And so I always took really good care of like this nice microphone and used it or whatever. Then I realized they're kind of like a budget brand. But I remember that one was like really nice. And for years, people are like, oh, you should try this. You should try, do a video on these. I'm like, that's okay. And then finally, someone I was talking to in the comments on the channel was like asking a lot of questions. They're like, I really would be interested in your take on this. Like, people said it's a good thing. It's a good budget value. And I was like, you know what? That'd be fun. And then I want to make a video where I unbox it and do the first impressions and then use it to like record a podcast and stuff and then come back and finish the video. But I'm really excited about it.
Great.
Because I'm excited about stuff like that where it's like, yeah, the SM7B is awesome, but then you have to spend $400.
Yeah.
I'm excited where if I can find things that are like, this is awesome and it's $80.
Right.
Like, go, it's no brainer. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff always makes you really.
Well, that'd be fun.
Yeah. I feel like it's just such a practical thing for people. And I always get excited when I have those kinds of ideas.
Where does your crazy passion for mics come from?
Dude, I don't know. I have no idea. I just like them. I don't know. They're like, it's the same thing as like guitars where, you only need one. Well, okay. I know there's people who play guitar in here and they're not going to agree with it. You only need one guitar. Like, one, you can play the songs on it, do the things, but every guitar I have, like yes, there are differences in how they sound and like all that thing, but the vibe of them is also very different. Like,
I mean, I get it. I have like 10 jump ropes. I totally get it. Yeah. You only need one jump rope. But
and they do serve different purposes and have different strengths and weaknesses. But, in a skilled jumper's hand, every rope is going to be fine. In a skilled musician's hand, every guitar is going to be fine.
No, but they're so different.
But they make you feel a different way when you have a different level of excitement, different moods, different, like the whole thing. And the microphones are kind of the same way. It's like sometimes you want to have this, not only kind of a sound, but the way that you use the microphone. And, it's always different in here too, because it's a tabletop thing. So I'm always thinking of like, what mics are good in tabletop stands. And then in mine, it's like what mics are good on a boom arm. And I don't know, I'm always like flipping between.
It comes from when he was 8 and he talked into a mic on a stage.
Oh my God, you remember that? Yeah, no, that was the first time I remember using one, was at a play. I was Samuel Adams.
Oh my gosh. Beer guy?
Yeah, it was a play about beer. It was in the 3rd grade. Yeah, I was 8. And we had to hold a microphone, and it was like a wireless. I feel like it was a SM58 looking back, or whatever the version was, but it was wireless, which is crazy because this was like 93, so 30 years ago. I guess I had wireless mics then. But yeah, I remember walking out. I remember they handed me the microphone and it was like heavy and it just seemed kind of cool. And like there's like the smell of the microphone. I was like, oh, it feels like it's like sucking my breath. I don't know. It was fascinating to use this thing I'd seen other people use. And then we walked on stage. And I remember my line was like, "We are colonists," something, something, something. And I remember saying that, and like I heard my voice and like the microphone. I was like, "This is so crazy."
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Like I'm here, but it's just in our little like cafeteria stage area at the school or whatever. But it was just a really cool thing.
It's so crazy that you remember that.
That is a very like vivid memory.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I just always thought mics were neat. And then I got into cameras and stuff, and it's like once you start making videos, it doesn't take that long to learn like, oh, the sound is very important. And especially like as a kid in high school with like my handy cam or whatever, I can try to get all these cool angles and things. But once I got like a mic to go on it, it was like, whoa, this
Game
sounds
changer.
different.
Right.
Yeah, and that, and from there it just is what it is now.
Well, yeah, and then plus there's podcasts now and live streaming.
I'm so glad that it's like a thing, and everybody to some degree, whether they just need a simple USB mic or they want to have a whole full setup or whatever, like, or they want to have a selection of mics to choose from. Like, it seems like everybody has a need in like a microphone now, which makes me so happy.
People share your enthusiasm.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, oh, it's useful. People want mics, people want cameras, people want video switchers, people want like all the things I love that were so niche and very important, but not something every person had thoughts or opinions about before. Yeah.
Why are you laughing at me?
I don't know. Yeah, I can't believe you remember. That's so funny. But yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know.
Do you have any other birthday, like, thoughts? Thoughts of birth?
Sounds unpleasant.
I should have planned something. This week kind of got away from me.
This week was a little bit of a week there. No, I don't really have anything. No, I don't. I mean, to me, birthdays, like, the best part of birthdays is being able to be self-reflective and spend it with people you care about. And like, I like, we joked a little bit ago about like, oh yeah, we had to get like a takeout grilled cheese from IHOP or whatever. That's like
awesome.
That was top choice.
Yeah.
That wasn't last resort. Like, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I love just that kind of like simple stuff. And it's been fun to have a birthday this time of year where it's close to Christmas. It like kicks off the Christmas season, but it's not so close that it gets absorbed by Christmas.
Yeah, you get
so
one gift.
Yeah, the rest of the year is pretty desolate, but then the end of the year is like, wow, there's like so much fun and festivity, and and as a kid, it was far enough away to get two gifts, but close enough that if I wanted like something big I could say like, this could be my birthday and Christmas.
Wow, that's cute. I love that.
Yeah.
Paul says, just about the Sony 90 millimeter 2.8 macro. As I was looking at reviews, I see that it's one of Peter Lindgren's favorite lenses. Big question, have you got one?
I don't, but that is a very nice lens. I really do want a macro lens, but the thing I've been looking at, which is too expensive to get, is like a good 70 to 200, which I don't have. And for a lot of the stuff I do, I don't necessarily need, but I really want, and I really want to like get more back into taking photos again, and that's just kind of the lens that I would really need for that. But they're very expensive. So
Top of the Morning says ZV1 or ZV1F.
Heather has the ZV1 and I have the ZV1F.
Oh,
it's the same camera, just different lens.
Oh.
Well, actually, there's one other very big difference between them, which is the ZV1F. The tripod plate is off to the side, the tripod mount. So when you have it mounted on like a quick release plate, it doesn't block the battery door and the memory card door.
That literally, that's like, I love that camera until I have to take out the memory card, and then I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, like, it's such a design flaw that it's not even like this is inconvenient. Like, this is just straight up dumb.
Obviously, because they've changed it, so obviously, yes.
Because It's so dumb.
But the other difference between them is really just the lens. For anyone who doesn't know, like the ZV-1F has a lens that zooms in and has a lot more. I forget what the range is. It goes pretty wide and it zooms in pretty far. The 1F is like, I think it's just a 20 millimeter lens. It's like flat. It's like almost looks like a pancake lens. So it doesn't zoom in. I think it's geared much more towards like wide angle vlogging, but it does have a digital zoom or clear image zoom that does a good job. So it zooms in a little digitally, but it stays clear. And to me, that's been great. The thing I like about it a lot that I've discovered as I use it, because both those cameras, I think yours does it at least, when you open the screen, the camera turns on.
I think that's like a feature.
Okay. You can have. Well, either way, when you turn the camera on or you open the screen, the ZV-1 has to do the thing that every camera does where like the lens opens and kind of goes out like it takes 1 second, but that's what it does. The 1F, the lens doesn't do that. So as soon as you turn it on, the camera's on. Like absolutely instant. And it's really cool. Like I really like that a lot.
Yeah.
And it also then doesn't make any sound or anything because the lens isn't moving or doing anything. So actually I like it quite a bit.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's my video from yesterday where I put a top-down camera in my studio, and that
you've just had this camera
that Sony sent it like earlier this year to just get some feedback,
and that's just been sitting there.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I mean, I use it a lot for like fifth angle stuff and things, but it's there if you want to play with it. It's there. Got all kinds of cameras if you didn't know.
I don't know what he has, you know. I got what I got. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Charlotte says my birthday falls between Christmas and New Year, so yeah, one gift.
Yeah. One of my really good friends, like one of my best friends, his birthday is New Year's Eve. And so it's like, it's the thing where it's like, well, there's always a party, but it's also like, yeah, everybody's always busy too. Especially not now as like an adult with a family and stuff, but teen 20s, like those years.
See, it's funny because like my birthday is July 2nd, so it was like the perfect, like everyone had a day off. Yeah. So it was like really easy to plan. And
it's not a gift in the U.S. July 4th is a big holiday. Yeah. And it's not a gift giving holiday. So there's none of that pressure. Like a family holiday. It's just a summer hangout holiday.
Yeah, exactly. Basically. That's why it was like perfect. Yeah. It was. It is. Sir. Oh my God, the Ben is underneath right here. Let's see. The 70-200 2.8 V1 is my favorite lens. Used all the time for sports and tight gig shots.
Yeah, we had one at my last digital media program. I ordered one for there. It's such a
well, let me ask you this.
Basketball games, sports is
since
great.
It's your birthday. Let me tell you, this guy.
Sure birthday.
So, well, I have learned it was very hard to give gifts to this guy, birthday, Christmas, whatever it is. It's just like because he gets everything he wants immediately.
That's okay. Yeah, maybe I'm spoiled, but you mean.
What?
Like,
I know that
like
sounds
Kim Kardashian
weird.
Or something.
No, I don't. Yeah, but it's like because it's for work, so it's like you have like you have your eye on a mic. Of course, you're just gonna go.
Yeah, if I want an $80 mic or whatever, just gonna buy the mic.
Yeah, so I had to learn that though.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of gifts, do you have something that aside from that lens that you've had on your wish list or things that you've been eyeing that would be like a gift to yourself, perhaps?
Are you looking at my prop over here?
No.
Oh, you're not?
I meant just like in general. You can talk about that if you want.
No, well, okay, so one thing that you've been great at, which is awesome, is you are a good gift giver at gifts that I wouldn't give myself.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like the airbrush kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like I still really interested in like scale modeling and all that kind of stuff and love watching those videos. And so one year Heather gave me like a whole airbrushing kit, which I did like a whole video on and stuff. And it's like, that's so cool. And it's something I really wanted, but I didn't even know where to begin. And there's so many things. And so just having someone go like, here, this.
Yeah, play.
Like, okay, that kind of thing is awesome. And this year you're organizing like a whole friends hangouts thing and stuff, which I would never do. And like that, I don't know, it's the gift of like the unusual is the gift of breaking a pattern is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good gifts.
But do you have something that's like a physical gift?
Yes, this right here. This guy.
This was your birthday present to yourself?
It was, yes. So, and it's actually fun. It's
that thing.
Yeah, what did you think it was?
A Rodecaster 3?
Oh, no.
I don't know. It looks like another Rodecaster thing.
It does, and it's connected to that. So this is the Line 6 Pod Go. which I didn't know existed.
Wait, this is your...
My guitar thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, listen to the clickiness. So I earlier this year I got the Boss Gig Caster 8, which is like Boss's version of the Rodecaster. And it's a weird thing because it's the same price as the Rodecaster, but in a lot of ways not nearly as good. But in one way, it destroys everything else, and that's when it comes to music. Like, it's really geared towards musicians, and you can connect guitar, bass, and you have all kinds of presets. You can do, like, you know, virtual amps and model, because Boss and Roland make guitar effects things and have for decades. So they have all this, like, all that experience, all the technology, just put it in this thing. And so I've been having so much fun with that thing, just as an interface to like play music to or whatever. But mine kind of broke. It like stopped. It wouldn't record.
Oh.
Which is like I've never heard of this issue, so I don't think it's a widespread thing. But like no matter what, even when it says it's recording, no matter what memory card, what settings, nothing actually got recorded to the.
I feel like this is a customer support situation.
Well, I sent it back, and it's, you know, I don't have it. I don't have it. 100%. I'm not sure if I'm getting it back or not. I think it might just be gone. Because it was one of those like pre-release, like we'll send you a thing or whatever. So I'm like, I don't know if it's coming back.
Got it.
And so I've been missing a way to play music because all my other things, like playing through an amp is fun, but if you want to mix in backing tracks, it's hard and it's loud. And, you know, even amps that I have that you can plug in a headphone or whatever, like the audio quality, nothing is easy and nothing works good. And even the Boss thing, which was great, you could even use the sound pads to assign effects, but then you're playing something and you're like, like, you know, normally you would be using a foot pedal. And so I was like, wait, it's been ages since I even looked into amps and amp modeling. I had a friend that had like an effects pedal thing kind of like this back in like 2005 or 4, like one of the earliest ones. And I was like, those have to be really good now. And so basically what I can do is take this, which looks, if you're listening to this, it just looks like a bunch of buttons and then like a foot switch. I can take this, plug guitar into it, plug headphones into it, and that's it. I don't need anything else. And it sounds incredible. And there's so many presets for both guitar and bass, and then you can create your own, and you can easily switch between them. So if you're playing different songs and like this song needs a certain type of reverb and a certain type of distortion, you can do that, and the next song needs different ones. Like you can have a whole different, it's like switching a pedal board every time, and it sounds so good, and it's super easy to use. But it also gets so granular that when you're like, it's not just distortion on or off, it's like what kind of distortion, what kind do you want a Marshall amp head, do you want a Fender amp head, do you want it to run through this kind of speaker, do you want it to sound like it's running through two 12-inch speakers, one to four 12-inch speakers, do you want it to sound like it's being recorded with a condenser mic, with a dynamic mic, with a ribbon mic, do you want that mic to be off to the side, do you want it to be far away? Like you can literally take like a virtual mic and position it, and it changes the sound. Like,
wow.
Because when you would record, if you had a guitar cabinet and you put a mic up to record it, usually you don't just smash it up against it. You kind of find like this positioning based on the mic, the cabinet, the sound. You can do that with this, and then save everything. And of course, it's all foot operated. And then it can be an interface, so you can just, you could run it into your computer to record. It's super easy to bring in backing tracks and stuff, and it's like, oh, it sounds good. And you can dial it, you can just fine tune all the effects. It's like, it's been so fun. Anyway,
great.
That was my gift to myself.
You look very happy.
I have nowhere else, like it's not relevant to my channel, so I can't make a video about it.
You can make a Tombuck too.
I could, but then it brings in like the crowd of like, actually, you should have gotten the whatever. It's like, look, I wanted one that had an easy user interface, plenty of effects, and
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
wasn't I know what you're talking about.
Super expensive.
Let's see.
Oh, nice.
I ended up choosing the Sony A7C instead of the ZV-E10. If it's not off top, I wondered what you guys think about shooting HD versus 4K, because I noticed Heather shoots vlog in HD. I do, because that's the only option.
On your ZV-1, you could do 4K.
Oh.
Well, there's.
I feel like I should. Oh, you know why? Because this setup is 1080.
This is, yeah.
Yeah. There's no way to go 4K, right?
Not with this camera, no.
Okay, so it's the camera.
Yeah.
Because Ecamm can go 4K now.
Ecamm can, yeah.
But it didn't before.
I don't know. I think Ecamm has always supported it, at least since we've used it to some degree. And then you have a Cam Link which supports 4K, but then you get a 4K
See,
camera.
I
4K output.
haven't like I've been holding out on
Your videos look great though.
HD
like
to 4K.
Your HD videos look fantastic. So I don't know.
Yeah, which is why I haven't cared to. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it might be time.
Could be.
Yeah, 2024.
2024K.
See?
See?
It's perfect. But like it's just the idea of working with that many more gigs makes me
it depends. I didn't move. I guess it would be different to you, but I didn't move to 4K till I got my Sony cameras 2 years ago.
Like it's so much more. It's not just like twice as much gig. It's like 5 times as much.
For you, it could be. For me, it was weird because I was using the Canon R, the original R, in 1080, and the Sony 4K files are the same size as the R's files. It's weird. Like
yeah, no. My files are like.
But you record directly to your computer.
Yeah, it's like a gig or 2. That's it.
For like your 40-minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be way different.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
It's definitely a pain. So I think I had already, even though I was doing 1080, I had already been used to like big file sizes, and so it's like, well, if I'm using these big file sizes, why not have?
Well, anyway, so what do you
quality?
think about shooting HD versus 4K? You're non-negotiable 4K.
I am now. I mean, okay. HD obviously can look great. This is HD. I think for streaming, for a lot of people, both in terms of uploading and downloading the stream, like streaming in 4K is not always a practical choice. So 1080 is fine there.
I think especially for streaming, because it's so much of the experience I feel like is mobile. You know, it's like I don't know how
But so I have even videos on my channel from like 2017, 2018 where it's like, no, don't need. Here's all the reasons why you don't need to worry about 4K. 2024.
Yeah,
I definitely.
It's starting to be the normal, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't like if I were just jumping and getting a camera, I wouldn't get a 1080 camera because it's like instantly out of date.
Maybe it's time to upgrade that guy.
Maybe.
I'm so scared.
Oh Lord, yeah. I mean, this looks so good though that it's like every time I see it,
I'm
like,
it looks so good.
And that also proves like framing and lighting and set design and audio
make a huge difference.
That makes a way bigger difference than if those things weren't great, but this was 4K.
Right.
And I also, on my videos too, I do a lot of cropping in. And so having 4K just helps things not to look as bad. When I was doing 1080 and I would not just crop into me, but maybe there's a B-roll shot and I'm trying to crop in even more on a detail since I don't have my macro lens.
Let me ask you this. Rim Gem says happy birthday, by the way.
And happy birthday to you too.
If I were to upgrade this camera, what would you suggest?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
because
I'm not gonna know I
have my suggestions, but I actually think it would be a really fun process of like,
oh my god,
what do you want? Let me help you find the best camera for you. Because I have my EOS R, but that would still be, it has a 4K setting, but it zooms in a lot on 4K, so you would be like,
no,
yeah, so it wouldn't work in this. It'll work 1080, and it's slightly higher quality 1080 than this, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. The thing it would bring is autofocus, but you don't even really want that. So,
yeah, we'll see. I'm tabling that.
I'd be very interested though to sit down and go like, okay, what would you want, and then see if I could find like the camera that is that.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
I'm scared.
Yeah, because you got to change things, and this setup just works.
I know. The 90mm 2.8 is on sale. Hey Ash, happy birthday. Octavia, happy birthday. I was a sexy purple Mike wifey, and I have that love for purple in common. Oh, I want.
I was like, what? Is it for Halloween or like sexy nurse, sexy cop, sexy microphone?
I know. I won't upgrade to 4K. The running process alone would take forever.
Your computer can handle it though. Your editing on a computer would be. It's the same as mine. It should be fine.
I don't know.
It would be fine.
Yeah. Did you dye your hair? Says Top in the Morning. I did. And before the stream, I was just telling Tom that I don't like this shade of purple because you can't tell that it's purple at all. It just looks like black in here. like
Yeah,
on this
in the
camera.
world you can
Yeah,
very
if I
easily
go out
tell.
in the sun, it's like, whoa. But here it's like not, it doesn't, it's not vivid enough. I feel like it's the wrong shade of purple.
Oops.
But like, I don't know, my hair changes color so often because, especially lately, because we play hockey and I always wash my hair after wearing the helmet because it's gross, right?
So much grossness, yeah.
Yeah.
Not just you, but I mean like
So like
everything.
the color fades like so fast. And I'm just, it's been a work in progress.
Did you see that Octavia remembers you've had your mic for 2 years now? Is asking how the
Oh
color
wow.
mic is
Has it
holding
been
up?
2 years already?
At least, yeah, if not more.
It's great.
It's exactly the same. It hasn't like,
Yeah. That's perfect.
I don't really know how they do it, but yeah, nothing.
But like, I don't like,
It's
there's
just
no
been
wear and
here,
tear or
yeah.
anything. Yeah, because it's just I either move it up or back and that's it. Like I don't move it. So
I know they officially recently started also offering the SM7B as a colorware option, which is very cool.
oh,
That'd be a fun one.
but I feel like mics are starting to come out in colors now, where you don't even need
I think companies are starting to embrace that.
branding. Yeah. Have you seen his addictive nature to Tombuckaloo?
Oh boy.
Explains the nature of needing 4K. Hey, Hassan.
I'm surprised. I held out on 4K longer than I think most people would expect.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was just because I didn't want to change the workflow. I didn't want to deal. But then the Apple M1 computers came out too, and I was like,
I think you tried once, and then it was like you ran into so many problems that you were like, forget it.
And on
then
my
so it
old
made you
Intel
wait.
computer, it was just like, ugh, like everything is slow.
Right.
This process is not fun. And
Yeah.
then 1080 was just like, but now my M1 computer edits 4K video like 1080 used to be edited.
See, look at this. My Sony APS-C camera spits out 30 to 40 gig file for about 45 minutes of recording. That's insane.
Yeah, that's about the same for me. And then I usually have 2 cameras running.
And then I save everything. Like I save all my files and everything. So like,
I stopped saving.
what am I gonna do with all?
I
Like,
stopped
where
saving
do
my
I...
talking head stuff, and I only save my B-roll. Because the talking head stuff, yeah, I'll have 80 gigs of.
I mean,
me
maybe I
sitting at
just
the
need
desk.
to like, right.
But we make different types of videos too. Because B-roll, then I have like, if I make a video about this microphone, I can
You
have
always have it.
20
yeah.
gigs of B-roll footage of this, and in any future video, when I'm like, oh, the Rode NT1, I can just grab that shot, even a shot I didn't even use before, so it's like a new shot. But I probably don't ever need me just sitting at the desk for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like 2024 is probably gonna be some upgrades, but it just
I
makes
feel like
me so nervous.
if there's if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of a thing. But when the time comes to upgrade, it would make sense to go 4K.
Right.
But there's no need to just blow something up that's working fine.
Happy birthday, Tom. Heather. R5. I'm a Sony shooter, but you're used to Canon.
I'm really curious if the R5
What's an R5?
It's like the Canon version of my camera, kind of.
Oh.
But I'm curious.
I mean, but the thing is, like, I'm not used to anything.
Yeah, I mean, this camera, you just do the power switch.
I turn it on. That is the extent of my use. Like, I don't even hold the thing.
Your ZV-1 is Sony, so if anything, a Sony camera would feel more familiar. Because you actually do.
I navigate the menu. I change things. But, like, this, I don't.
Yeah, we had to move this to adjust the prompter, and you were, like, sweating. You're just not happy.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It'll be interesting because I feel like, we were talking about this earlier. I feel like I'm probably going to have a new idea for a thing. So whatever that thing ends up being.
Maybe you'll need gear to help the thing happen. But
if I don't, then, like, I'm going to stick with
this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think I think it's a really good example, too, of, like, like, I don't know. Your end result looks... Yeah. Your end result with a, oh my God, 6-year-old camera at this point looks better than a lot of people's with, the latest and greatest.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Oh, yep. Audio hotline. Hello, Reagan. I know Tom has the audio podcast, but when will we see him start doing a tech-focused live podcast like this? Or does Tom just prefer doing that with the regular Tom Buck videos?
It's just tricky because other than stuff I'm interested in, I don't usually focus on like the latest like tech news. Like, you know, there's the whole Apple season where it's like September, October, and all the new Apple stuff. And
But like tech focus doesn't have to be like the newest.
I guess that's true. It's not a casual conversation.
Well, we talked about this offline, but doing a gear segment on the couples table.
Yeah, 'cause it is fun, and I like that a lot. And my live streams on my channel are kind of like that. And I've wanted to do a regular live stream, but it's just not something I've like
Want to regularly schedule
yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is something I want to do, and I've thought about like, okay, what if I do a weekly live stream? I don't call it a weekly live stream. It's just sort of like I do multiple live streams. They happen to be weekly, and then if that works out, it becomes a thing. But not starting out going like, welcome to episode 1 of the weekly live stream, because then when week 3 comes around, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So like making sure it works before jumping in. But I do. Actually, I might end up not recording my podcast this week because we have a busy weekend. But I have 1 episode left of this season of my podcast, and then there's a break. And I really think that I'm going to do a video version for the next season. Now that YouTube does its thing, now that I have my eChem workflow settled, I even already have some graphics made and stuff.
Oh, great.
And then, so I think there'll be a video version of that.
Yeah, so how does that work then if you are uploading?
That's what I think it's still a pain. I think what I have to do is YouTube is now currently importing all the ones. I upload it to Buzzsprout and YouTube just imports it.
Yeah.
But then I think I have to actually stop YouTube from doing that and then upload the video and add the video to that podcast
playlist.
in YouTube.
Got
so
it.
it's a little bit of a jankier workflow. It's because like with Spotify, you can upload a video. If Spotify is your podcasting provider, you can upload a video. You can watch the video on Spotify, and then it sends that audio to
Wherever.
Apple, Google, whatever. My podcast, Buzzsprout's my host. No other hosts do video support, and YouTube doesn't do the opposite of that. They don't send out the audio. They bring in the audio and support video. If YouTube ever did do the thing where they're a podcast host now and you can upload your video and it sends it out to directories,
You would do that.
I would do that, and I feel like they would just then end Spotify.
Yeah,
right
dominate everything else.
Yeah, I don't know if they could or would.
Yeah, I don't think they would, honestly.
I don't know, but that's.
They have, yeah, because
I wouldn't expect
there's so
it.
many other things to focus on, like streaming and shorts and
Yeah.
stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Winter has just arrived in the north of the UK. -4 degrees at the moment. I'm shooting football, soccer tomorrow.
Pray
wow.
football.
I wish
That
I was
is
in the-
madness.
Wait, -4, because that's Celsius, obviously. So,
That would be like our 20s.
oh my gosh. I think the
Below
coldest.
freezing.
The coldest I've ever been in that I remember is 24 degrees Fahrenheit. I've never seen falling snow. I don't think. I don't know. Well, I was born in Chicago, so maybe when I was like 1, I
I'm
saw
sure there
falling
was
snow. Yeah, but I don't remember
Yeah.
the experience.
The coldest I've been in is -22 Fahrenheit.
What does that feel like compared to like 20?
Confusing. Actually, this camera was not this camera. The original 6D was with me, and it performed like a champ, which is crazy. But it is very much like
because there's 100 degrees
It
and then there's
burns.
120 degrees, and you could
There's a
totally
difference.
feel a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just like, oh, it's just varying degrees of hot
no,
or
it's
whatever.
pain and like parts of your body just stop working. It's like like trying to just bend my fingers to like open
that
a thing.
sounds so terrible.
Yeah, it was really
Whew.
intense.
Let's see. Audio Hotline says, I only save B-roll. I have too many hard drives. I need to sacrifice the talking head stuff to you. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much.
See, yeah, I don't shoot B-roll. So like,
Yeah, you don't. So your videos are mostly the talk. And
Yeah, and
your
then, like,
B-rolls like
my-
screen recordings and stuff.
yeah. And my idea of like keeping the talking head is because I always tell myself, and I've never done it, so maybe I need to admit this to myself, is like I want to create a clip for social media or something.
Oh.
But if I don't do it right away, I just never
Yeah,
do
we're
it.
gonna go back to like a 4-year-old video.
Yeah. But the thing is, like every couple years, I like doing
Like a montage?
collage, type of video, and like and then especially for the vlogs, there's no way I don't delete anything, even the stuff that doesn't
For
make
vlog,
it in.
when I do vlogs, I don't.
Yeah, because those are memories,
Yeah.
That's like
And even the
Whole
talking head stuff,
movies.
sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, well, I don't know. There's there is a clip of me, I don't know, sometimes, even if it's literally just a part of the video where something messes up and I'm like trying to figure something out, or like it's not even in the video, it's just, you know, footage of me like working on the computer or talking to myself, or I'm like, this is, you know, it's a snapshot of a moment in time that in 20 years could be
right. See,
meaningful.
yeah, I always have those thoughts.
But it's like, how many of those do I need?
Well, for a long time, I actually even saved the projects.
Oh, I think when I made like my first
For
video,
a long time.
I was going to have like a whole file directory for every video. And I was like, oh no.
And you know what I did was because I always, especially for my vlogs, I always have music. And so I liked being able to go to the timeline and just find the clip without the music, because I would put new music in the collage or whatever. I stopped doing that though. After it was not right when we met, but yeah,
that
realized
becomes very tough to manage.
Yeah, because I to this day I have a Final Cut Pro library on the server that has all the projects that I did save. So if I needed to pull it up, it's there.
That's kind of cool.
I've never.
No, you never.
It.
I do that with client stuff, you know, like then I'll save the library for like a year or whatever.
Yeah,
but not my own stuff.
I also. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Philippe.
Yay!
Hello.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you heard it here first, people. Tom gonna do a Gear Tech vid podcast.
I guess that's what if my podcast had a video component, it would be, because well, it's not all gear and stuff, but it'd be more of that.
Oh my gosh, Audio Hotline is watching falling snow right now.
We do not have that. It's quite sunny and there's not
67,
a cloud in the sky.
67 and sunny here.
Yeah.
I mean,
y'all make fun of us in the summertime when everything's melting, but now who's laughing?
Well, I think it's cool to also experience like 120.
I mean, I'm cool with
living in it.
Yeah.
Has its own challenges. Like it's not the same as like, you know, shoveling the driveway of snow or whatever, or like you have to scrape the ice, the frost off your windshield. But there's definitely like things that you have to do to survive and protect things, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has it like
lots of things get melted on accident.
I had to learn. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. I would just, because when I lived at the beach, like, you know, Los Angeles, Long Beach area, I leave everything in my car. Didn't realize, everything is melted.
Yeah, like actually just melted and broken.
Liquid. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I'd like to experience like snow, but then I like that
fun snow. I think that's all we know is like you go to the snow for fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Living in month 3 or whatever, it's probably different.
Yeah. Do you just use an external hard drive or have a network attached storage or something else? That's a good question.
We have our NOS that we got 2 years ago, because we were just.
Has that been 2 years already too? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have several external hard drives, but yeah, now
that's like where everything ends.
We just dump everything eventually into the server. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a really nice peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Our network needs improvement, but the server itself is fine.
Tech Troublemaker, happy birthday, Tom.
Hey, thank you so much.
I delete most things, says Ben, and then end up downloading one of my old videos from YouTube when I need old footage. Me too.
I save all my finished video files.
Well, I've found like it, because our server is so annoying to get to. So like I've actually, because I need like 2 seconds from an old video, I'll actually just go and like screen record or download the YouTube video and like forget it. And then as I'm doing it, I'm like, see, then why do I bother saving?
Well, if we had a better network and the server was as fast as going into a folder on your computer, which it could be.
That is something we should definitely
That should be our new year, new you situation, yeah.
New year, new you. In New Zealand, it's summer. Only snow at the bottom of the island. And I lived in North China, which is cold. My iPhone would frequently turn off. It's that cold. Wow. I've had the opposite. It turns off because it's too hot. Because it's like, I actually had this like in Long Beach, because when I had my other car, I had T-tops, so I would drive with the T-tops off of my car, and I'd put the phone in the cup holder and the sun would like glare down on it, and it's like, we had to shut off.
That's funny. I've had mine shut off from heat too.
Paul, we had 90 degrees last summer. I literally wanted to die. We're not used to it in the north of England.
But also, I'm guessing every house doesn't have like central AC and stuff either, because the thing about being in a place where it gets super hot like that is everywhere is prepared for it. Like,
you honestly don't feel it
well,
unless you go
inside.
outside.
You're just like a mole rat or whatever. Like, you just stay in.
But like when I lived at the beach, there's no central heating or air.
Yeah, here, even from like
you are expected
a small,
to open the
crappy,
window.
low-end apartment to a really nice house,
everything
has air conditioning of some kind. And it's just, and so if you're in a place that doesn't have that, and then there's a heat wave, that's
not equipped. Happy birthday. And happy Friday.
Yay. My birthday's officially on the Monday.
Yes.
But it's kind of cool because we have a learn to play hockey class at night.
Oh, yeah. So I should definitely stay for that one.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, homes in England don't have AC.
Yeah, see, our house has great AC.
Yeah. Exactly. I remember though.
It's expensive.
Summers at the beach. It wasn't. Yeah, it was like
you
90s.
You didn't have AC there.
But and then we were on the second floor in the apartment, so like all the heat was just like, there's no escape. I had to go to Starbucks.
Yeah, I've lived in places where like I've rented a room where like I didn't have AC in the room, and it's like 104 degrees at night, and you're just like. I remember I had a fan and like a spray bottle, and it was just like spray, fan, spray, fan. Legionnaire's disease.
Well, we're at the top of the hour. Wow.
It was a fun little hangout time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for all the birthday wishes, everybody. I appreciate that very much.
Happy birthday.
Totally makes my day.
Yay.
Yeah. And we should have a fun weekend. I can play my guitar bass. On my little self gift.
Yeah.
And
that's it. So stay tuned for next week. I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but we should be back to our normal time.
Older and wiser.
Yes. All right.
Time to clear the table. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. Have a safe, happy, healthy, fun rest of your week. We'll see you next time.
Oh, shoot. Gosh. Okay. I really need to
have a safe, happy, healthy, fun rest of your week.
There we go.
And we'll see you next time.
Oh, shit. Okay. Bye.
Bye.